Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I recently did a video on how to authentically grow your Instagram to 5K fast. And I mentioned in that video, if you guys wanted to know how I edit all of my photos to look cohesive on my Instagram page, to let me know, and you guys are very interested in that. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I do all that with just the apps on my cell phone, then stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay, so before we start this video, I just wanted to say that I don't over edit, and I don't suggest over editing your photos unless that is your style. But in my industry of makeup and beauty, you don't really want to like having any kind of filter on your photos that are gonna make the colors of your eyeshadow and things like that too off. I don't think is really good for your feed. So just take that into consideration when you are considering how you're gonna make your aesthetic feel or whatever on your Instagram. So basically what I use to edit all my pictures is if some are a little more saturated than others, or if a picture is too dark, then how I brighten it. And I try to make all of my photos so that they look truest to the color, because lots of the times you can take a picture and you're like, oh, that went way yellower than what I'm actually seeing, or that's not at all what that looked like. Like lots of times you can take a selfie and you're like, wow, I thought my makeup looked really good. And then you look at the picture and you're like, yeah. So I am gonna show you guys how to make it look like what you see when you look in the mirror and then you take the picture, okay? So first of all, my biggest tip is good lighting. So whenever you can, get good natural lighting, or ring light, umbrella light, something that is going to really light your photo well. That will make for less editing down the road after your picture's taken. Okay, so first of all, let's open up Snapseed. That is what I start editing most of my pictures with. And so let's pick one of these kind of outfit of the day pics. They're usually pretty dark, and I definitely always have to lighten them. So we'll start there. So you can see how it's pretty dark and just the lighting's not really good where I take the pictures. So I'll go and I always click tools, brighten it, and I usually brighten it quite a bit. And then scroll down to contrast. You can play with that, but I don't really think this one needs too much contrast, so we'll just leave that. And then if I scroll all the way down to shadows, this just helps put the black back into my black shirt from lightening the picture so much. And then we can just brighten it maybe a little bit more here. And then you can go over to portrait, and here there's just different options to highlight the face if it's looking a little shadowed, smooth the skin, whiten the eyes, but I highly suggest that you do not over edit in this area, because over smooth skin just looks very fake, but it just can look really good if you just need to smooth the texture of your skin if you're maybe in like bad lighting or something like that. So that's what I love this tool for. And then you can go back into fine tune and just adjust the warmth a little bit if you need to, make it a little bit warmer or a little bit cooler so that it matches the aesthetic on your Instagram feed. So since my Instagram is quite light, sometimes I'll go into vignette and I will brighten the vignette, make it lighter around the outside, and that sometimes kind of helps make a dark picture a little bit lighter. And then you can do this lens blur. This kind of just makes your photo, if you have like far background images, it can make it look like you have like a really good camera, which I do not. So, you know, you just got to work with what you have. So you can make this shape kind of any way you want. So I stretched it out to elongate the length of my body, and then just blurred everything in the background. You don't want to go too strong with the blur strength, because then it just really looks overdone. And then you can go, and within this blur setting, you can adjust the vignette and everything like that too. and you can just go click up in the right hand corner to see the before and after of the setting, to see how it looked before, how it looks now, and just kind of play with it from there. Okay, and then second row, right hand corner, there's the brush tool. And so with this option, you can just really get particular in your edits. So what I like to use this for is, like I said, I've brightened this photo quite a bit because of the bad lighting. And then you just kind of lose a bit of the saturation in my skin and my blue jeans. So here you can scroll and zoom in on your picture. And then down at the bottom, you can click all the different options. There's saturation, dodge and burn, which makes your whole picture kind of lighter. And you can just work with all the different edits down at the bottom. But here I'm just doing the saturation. So I'll just zoom in a little bit here on my arm and just run my finger along my arm, and that'll just give that a little bit more of a natural skin color. And then kind of down on my blue jeans, I'll just put the color back in my blue jeans, just so that they look more blue and not so washed out. And then there's also an erase tool down at the bottom if you kind of go a little overboard or out of the lines or whatever of where you wanted to fill your brush edits. And then we might need to do my face a little bit, so scroll in and then you can just rub your finger around there just lightly, because the more you do, the more it'll saturate. So I just did like a nice little sweep on my face just to give it some more color. And then on my other arm here. And then I'll zoom in and just kind of put a little bit more saturation into my foot. And you can see that it's just like really subtle, but it just makes everything look so much more natural, and like now it's not so gray looking and my skin looks bright and how it normally looks. So I think that's looking pretty good. I won't do anything else to it. So then to save it, just click down at the bottom, click save. And that will put permanent changes to, sorry, not permanent, put the changes to your original picture, and click modify. And then I will go over to Facetune. So then just go click the top right hand corner and go grab that picture that we just finished editing over in Snapseed. And what I use Facetune for is if I need to further whiten anything in the picture. So in this case, it'd be the background. So I just grab the whitening tool and you can see that it's just lightening up in the left hand corner there a little bit. And then just over on the right hand side, just lightening that little bit of gray and a couple shadows and stuff like that. This is really good if you have a white background picture and it kind of came out a little creamy and you want to whiten it to its kind of truest color. You can take the whitening tool in this app and just brighten it back up to what it's supposed to look like. And then you can scroll down at the bottom and make it more extreme or less extreme depending on how white you need it to be. So then just take and up in the right hand corner, click and save to camera roll. And then this is where I upload to Unum or UNUM. This is an app that lets you kind of pre-plan your posts ahead of time, and you can kind of look and see where your post is gonna look best before you post it on your Instagram feed, so that you don't have a whole bunch of face shots together, a whole bunch of body shots, or too much dark or too much light. So go scroll up to the very top where you have an empty white square, and click that square, and here you can upload the picture from your camera roll. And once it's uploaded, you can move any of the pre-planned posts that aren't already on your Instagram around so that it looks aesthetically pleasing or how you want it to look on your feed. And then from here, you can upload it straight to Instagram whenever you're ready. I love this app. So yeah, those are the top apps that I use to edit my pictures for different various places of my social media, mostly for Instagram, but some for YouTube and stuff like that too. So yes, like I said, if you guys found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, because that really helps my channel out and I am getting alerts. that really helps my channel out, and I would really appreciate it. If you guys have anything else that you want to know or that I didn't answer in this video, post in the comments and I will be sure to get back to you, or maybe even make a video if it's a popular request. Don't forget to subscribe, that little button down at the corner. If it is still red, you're not subscribed, and all subscribing does is notify you when I upload new videos, and I upload weekly. So yeah, definitely subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!